the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. It's the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1018. We're doing it live 1018 times. And welcome, everyone. Welcome back. We've got a few things to go over. We got an amazing program as usual. But I wanted to go over something that we talked about after our last show, which is the card for Actual Mania, which is coming up at the end of this month, on the last Friday of this month. So that would be Friday the 29th. We've got a crazy card, and we think all of you will want to see it, so you should sign up right now. Sign up. It's through our Patreon. $5 gets you 2 private shows. We're still working on the other private show that'll occur the Friday previous, but it'll get you 2 shows nonetheless. Our pre-show, which we're going to do live for free, that people are going to get to see for free and vote on, will be a 4-way tag match, and the winner will go on to Actual Mania to face the tag team champions.
Yeah, that's Hannibal and Monty.
Yeah, so the 4-way tag match is going to be the Angelic Initiative versus Gail Cord Schuler and Zach Knight versus the Slayton Sisters versus Baked Alaska and Wooza.
Yeah, that little hanger-on.
Yeah.
The little Groiper hanger-on.
Yeah. So
that'll be a fun kickoff for everybody, whether you're a patron or not, and it might convince you to become a patron.
Yeah. Another the opening match of Actual Mania 2 will be the fight between the 2 worst movie studios known to man, Cool Cat Productions versus Skeleton Creek Productions, which is Egghead's family movie production studio.
That's going to be a fun one.
That should be very interesting. We're also going to have a New Blood triple threat match. It's going to be someone named Minnie Manson.
Yeah, a real weirdo. I think it was Fixed Soul who put us on to Minnie Manson.
Yeah, Minnie Manson, Cyrax.
Yeah, another weirdo.
And the person known as Chaggot, who's
another weirdo.
Baked Alaska's little peon.
But yeah, they've never really been heavily featured on Drunken Peasants, and never an Actual Mania matchup.
Yes.
So a nice 3-way New Blood. Shake things up for Actual Mania, but that's not it.
No. The IP2 6-pack challenge. Gucci's versus Only Use Me Blade versus Attila versus Jewel Rancid versus Young Cheeto versus Captain Content. I only know about 3 of these people.
The IRL world has expanded. It's gotten even dirtier than it was when I was jumping around trying to sweet boy my way out of it.
We are also going to crown for the first time the king of DP lol cows. They will be referred to thus forward as Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
It'll be Brett Keane versus Trumpster Bob. Brett Keane versus Trumpster Borb.
So Trumpster Borb could pull the Trump card, or Brett Keane will be the king of all media.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Then there's the Cringer Weight title match. It's going to be Egghead defending his title against Jared Genesis.
Egghead specifically wanted to put the boots to Jared Genesis for the Cringerweight title.
He asked for it. He was begging for it. He was like, oh, golly gee.
We figured he's done so well the last couple of defenses that we'll throw him. the wolf that he wants to put in some sheep's clothing.
And then after that, we'll have the tag match, Hannibal and Monty versus whoever won the opening pre-show match.
Yeah, they've been dominating the tag team, so hopefully this opening pre-show match will get us the best of the best talent.
And a surprise for the main event, our defending champion, Hannibal, will be defending his title straight back from retirement, Billy the Fridge. And that's why this is our Motherload t-shirt.
The Motherload t-shirt. And I'll tell you why. Hannibal has had the tag team titles for too long. They've been sitting on them. Hannibal and Monty have been sitting on the tag team titles, and he's been camping on the world title. Nobody's given Hannibal a run for his money on either of the titles.
Yeah. It's going to be the Fridge with myself in his corner.
Damn straight.
Versus Hannibal with Monty in his corner.
Yeah, I'm tired of you two guys coming on our show and running our titles.
Right.
So if I got to come out of retirement, because,
Hall of Famer.
I've only technically never held the world title unless you count Betty the Fridge.
Right. So you'll be a Triple Crown champion.
So if I got to come in and put my actual name on this belt and bring it back, it's not a shit show. It's actual Mania. It's printed by Drunken Peasants.
It's going to be the most stupendous actual Mania in history. Just saying.
Goddamn
you should
right.
sign up. Link in the description. It's patreon.com/DP. $5. You'll get that. You'll get another show at the end of this month. It helps keep the show going, too. It's really important.
And
so sign up.
And because...
please.
I put this shirt together for everybody this month, actual Mania shirt for those that subscribe to the Motherload. I did you all a favor by leaving Jared off of the shirt.
Yeah, he decided not to.
Put the Cringerweight belt there instead.
Right.
So you don't have to wear Jared Genesis on your shirt. Because you've seen the way he treats his shirts. I'm not going to let him dirty up yours.
No. Yeah, so if you sign up to be a $50 patron this month, you will also be sent this shirt next month.
Yeah, it's a great month to swoop in, pick up a piece of actual Mania history right here, right now.
I can't believe it. Should be something interesting. Actually, one more thing to talk about before we get into everything. So somebody... I don't endorse this at all, but it was leaked today. I do not endorse this behavior, but it's already leaked, so we might as well talk about it. Someone snuck a camera into King Cobra's apartment.
Oh, no. Did they break into his apartment?
They snuck a camera in there.
Oh.
And got a very incriminating photo of King Cobra, and I'm going to bring it up right now.
No.
Here's King Cobra watching Cuties.
What?
And there's dirty... tissues laying everywhere.
That's most definitely not what's up.
So I don't know.
This
Cobes.
photo might be doctored.
This is
that
may be doctored.
That
yeah,
TV
whatever.
set does look like his TV set. It's got all the same dirt.
It is
all the same grit and grind.
Yeah, all this talk about sickos. Cobra doth protest too much.
Maybe he was only watching it to rate it 1 star.
Just for research.
He
He just had allergies,
He
right?
might open it up to do 1 star, and he was so sickened by it that he had these tissues.
He cried?
To cry and snot and vomit into. And then, I don't know...
What's the lotion for?
He's got dry skin.
Oh.
The guy's got dry skin.
And then he's into K-pop, apparently. I don't know who those women are up on his wall.
I assume they're of age, non-animal.
I don't know at this point.
Non-animal related.
I'm not sure at this point.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
All right. Yeah, that was totally real, guys. Come on.
I can not confirm that because I don't know. I can't confirm.
Yeah, let's check out the news. We're gonna start off with the news segment.
He called me sir and got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow. They're laughing at us.
Wow.
At our stupidity.
Better well learn to love it.
All right. So for the longest time, the fringe, more conspiracy-driven people that are part, the elected officials, the GOP elected officials, have only hinted that they believe Democrats and their allies to be secretly Play-Doh-philes. Like their supporters will come out and say it, but like they would normally only the actually elected people would only imply it. But it kind of hit a new level here when there's this woman being confirmed as a Supreme Court justice, and she's facing she was getting grilled for how soft she supposedly was when she would sentence molesters when she was a judge. And they were really focusing on that specifically, trying to tie in with the whole QAnon nut jobs. I tried to find just a raw news article on this, but all I could find was this kind of like opinion piece on it, but it does show some of the relevant footage.
Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. A Democratic president is now poised to put a justice on the U.S. Supreme Court for the first time in more than a decade.
That is true.
As soon as this week, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson will be confirmed to the court with bipartisan support. And that's despite the best efforts of some Senate Republicans who tried to essentially assassinate Judge Jackson's character by painting her as sympathetic to child abusers. The behavior by Republicans in the House and in the U.S. Senate, particularly at the hearings, has been disturbing. Shocking language and rhetoric used as a political smear by people who, well, know that.
Yeah, these are confirmation hearings, and they're just getting their jabs in.
I want to make certain that we protect children and that we continue to do our best effort to protect.
They're only concerned about protecting children when it's being used to make someone they don't like look bad. That's why it's disingenuous.
Protect children. I also want to make certain that we're going to have judges on the federal bench and justices that are going to protect those rights of children.
Significant concern has been raised by myself and others about Judge Jackson's pattern in sentencing criminal defendants guilty of either possession or distribution of child pornography.
By the way, this is the same guy who was recorded back in the day saying he wanted to be in one of those teen titty films. Have you ever seen that?
No.
He's young, but he's probably like in his mid-20s or something. And it was like a joke. Him and his friends were goofing around with a video camera. He's like, yeah, I'd love to be in one of those teen titty films. Yeah. Yeah.
You mean like
Revenge of the Nerds? I don't know. I don't know what. Hold on. I want to find the video so we can watch that in a second.
Yeah, Girls Gone Wild. Like, wouldn't that be before he was that age?
I don't.
He also posted porn on 9/11. Well, that's not his fault. That was an inside blowjob.
Oh, he's 18. He's 18 in this. And he's so thin in it. He looks like a totally different person.
So this would have been like Bikini Car Wash, maybe?
I don't know. I'll play it after this, after we're done with this.
We're talking about 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds and 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds. He's got images of these. The government said added up to over 600 images.
Who does?
Gobs of video footage.
Some guy that she sentenced as a judge.
Of these children, but you say this does not signal a heinous or egregious child pornography offense.
Just to be clear, that pattern that Cruz was talking about was nonsense. It was no different than many other federal judges, some of whom were Republicans, some of whom sailed through confirmation.
So it
of course
seems to be the norm, and they're pointing out the norm here.
Right. They're pointing out the norm for judges in that position.
Because at least when they went after Brett Kavanaugh, when we were only calling him out for 30-year-old accusations, right? But those accusations were not normal. They were just 30 years old and unproven.
Yeah. See, that's a point where you know who's like intellectually honest and who's just playing for a team. You know what I mean?
Like, both sides do this whenever somebody comes in. They try and block.
They do. It's stupid. There were plenty of Republicans voting for her to confirm her. It's just the wacko ones, the ones that are conspiracy theorists, or at least they're.
Who's the guy with the blue tie next to Ted Cruz?
You'll learn. At least the supporters believe in this shit, and they're just like
every Republican senator joined in that despicable behavior.
Because they'll go through every one of them and what they say.
In fact, 3 of them said they would vote to confirm Judge Jackson. And for that crime, those senators were attacked by Republican Party star Congresswoman.
Yeah, she literally, she was calling out other Republicans here. These are other Republicans who voted to confirm her to be a Supreme Court justice.
Every time I read MTG, I think of Magic the Gathering, and it hurts my heart a little bit.
Nope.
Hurts my heart.
Yeah, it's something way more horrendous than a card game.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said they were being, quote, pro-pedophile. Pro-pedophile. When Greene first joined the House, her overt sympathies for the QAnon conspiracy theory, which believes that Democrats, the so-called...
She got kicked off Twitter, right? Was that a different platform, or did she get her Twitter back?
She might have gotten it back, but I
think
she got shut down for a day for something she said.
Well, Deep State and the media are secretly part of a massive child trafficking ring. That was a big deal. She had to go back and delete a bunch of posts, and it was something of a political problem for Republican leader Kevin McCarthy. But alas, as time has moved on, the party's only moved towards Greene and embraced QAnon. And that's why they tried to make Judge Jackson's hearing a referendum on whether you are not, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's words here, pro or anti-pedophile.
I wonder if QAnon was invented by the Trump White House to make him look better, because
either that or Russia. It could have been
could
Russian
be Russia.
trolls.
It could even if it was invented by the liberals, knowing that the conservative side of the conspiracy theory would buy into it, they just make them look so crazy. Who's really there's so many reasons why this could have been started.
It could have just been some 14-year-old shithead troll.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
But we've all agreed that QAnon is batshit crazy, right?
Not all of us, unfortunately.
It's so out there. I can see a lot of these conspiracy. It takes away from the good conspiracy theories.
And I when they asked Trump about it, he acted like he didn't know who they were. All he did know was that they're very against pedophilia, so they must be good people.
They must be. I think that the worst people virtue signal over causes everybody thinks are terrible to hide how terrible they are.
I agree, and that's why I have to raise eyebrows when that's pretty much all King Cobra talks about these days.
Republicans are cultivating this. They have been for a long time. You could trace it back to the 2016 election when the so-called Pizzagate conspiracy theory came into being, which emerged out of the hacked emails that were published. And that bizarre and inscrutable theory alleged that Hillary Clinton and prominent Democrats ran a child sex and sacrifice ring out of the basement of a popular D.C.-based pizza restaurant called Comet Ping Pong Pizza, which, by the way,
still think there's something weird about that Comet Pizza place.
Well, listen to what he says here.
Doesn't have a basement. But
just because you can't find the basement doesn't mean it's not there.
But isn't there a business owned right across the street that's a butcher owned by the same guy that does have a basement? And many implements of sacrifice used to slice up delicious sausages and pepperonis? That's what I heard for the counterclaim to that. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that was the counterclaim I heard when of course it doesn't have a basement. Across the street, there's a butcher. They have meat grinders and sacrifice implements.
It's crazy.
Conspiracy percolated in far-right media. And then this happened.
Under arrest in Washington, 28-year-old Edgar Welch, accused of firing an assault weapon inside the Comet Ping Pong
people are this stupid.
Pizza restaurant.
He went in there and fired a gun because he's dumb enough to believe all this.
Welch allegedly told police
you could tell that wasn't a CIA gunman because he doesn't have a middle name.
Came to investigate Pizzagate, an internet rumor alleging a Clinton campaign child sex ring.
An armed man gets himself to the pizza shop and shows up with an assault rifle, which he fired because he had been told and believed that the Democrats were running a satanic child sex ring in the building's non-existent basement. That man, by the way, was sentenced to 4 years in jail by none other than then District Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Huh? Interesting. It's all coming together.
That's why they hate
coming together.
That's why they hate. I don't know the fucking name of this judge.
Ketanji Jackson.
Yeah, I haven't. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn that one. Assuming that Jackson will be around for a long haul now.
Here's the thing, Republicans.
Well, she's not that old. She's like in her early 50s, so she's probably got a while, since it's a lifetime appointment.
You keep hearing about these satanic child sex rings. Why don't we have any satanic onion rings? Those sound way better to me. I love onion rings.
Cultivating
Satanic
the
onion
dangerous fringe beliefs that individual held. According to one recent poll, 16% of Americans, that's 16% of Americans, not a majority, but a sizable amount, believe, and I quote, the government, media, and financial worlds in the U.S. are controlled by a group of Satan-worshipping pedophiles who run a global child sex trafficking.
So, is this just... It's an example of how enough people together can all make each other crazy because it's like the flat earth thing, only more harmful. Because they can reinforce each other's delusions to the point where it becomes reality.
I want to see the numbers on this
operation.
This sounds crazy.
Well, it is MSNBC and there is a slant, but we have people in the government now that were elected because they believe in this shit. So there must be a sizable amount of them.
Think about your belief system to answer yes to that question. 25% of the Republican Party identify as QAnon believers. Now, these
25% of the Republican Party?
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting this data from, but if that's true, that's very concerning.
Politicians and their allies in conservative media cannot just come out and say there is an evil cabal of liberals running a child sex trafficking ring around the world dominated by George Soros, the Rothschilds, and the Clintons, and they also worship Satan. They realize
he says it so nonchalant.
Sound nuts. So instead, they find these not so clever ways to play footsie with the people that do believe that make up at least a quarter of the base of their party. Like accusing Judge Jackson of being sympathetic to child abusers, wink, wink.
I'm sorry, Judge Jackson, woo, I am for real.
Or adopting the slogan,
never
save the children, which of course sounds
die.
Perfectly noble, innocent enough on its face, but as Associated Press reports, has actually become a dog whistle to QAnon supporters. Or, more recently, through vague allegations of grooming, an age-old smear to imply that members of LGBT...
Yeah, they're now... I guess they're now suggesting that Disney grooms children.
Because of Turning Red? Is that...
The Q community are trying to prime children for sexual abuse. That appears to be the case in Florida, and the basis behind the state's so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which prohibits the discussion in class of sexual orientation or gender identity in classrooms for young children. Now, some Republicans will try to lie and say the bill is the law.
It's like, I think, before, like 5th grade and before, something like that, or maybe even younger.
Because when did we get sex education about 5th grade?
Yeah, even in my school, which was a religious school, we got it. There was some religious mumbo jumbo mixed in, but they just basically taught us how it worked and how babies are made.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't pornographic; it was scientific.
It's rather nonsense. But Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' spokesperson gave away the whole game. She, sort of like Marjorie Taylor Greene, wasn't quite with it enough to kind of keep it quiet. She said, the bill that liberals inaccurately call Don't Say Gay would be more accurately described as the anti-grooming bill.
Because teachers are grooming kids by explaining sexuality to them. That's what they're...
And quote,
these terms get overused and bastardized to the point where they don't even have their original meaning anymore. And now it's just like whatever you want to say is bad. If it involves children, you can call it grooming.
If you're against the anti-grooming bill, you're probably a groomer. Or at least you don't denounce the grooming of 48-year-old children. Silence is complicit.
4 to 8-year-old children. Did you say
4 to 8. Okay.
They said 48-year-old children.
No, it's 4 to 8.
Yeah.
So 4 to 8, I don't know, like 4 must be like kindergarten or maybe even preschool.
It is preschool. Kindergarten's about 5 to 6.
So 8, like first grade. So it's like preschool to first grade. Like,
yeah, it looks like preschool to third grade.
Third grade
range here.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of seems to be consistent with when I was taught sex education. Now, I wasn't taught about homosexuality more than just like a blurb, and no one was talking about transgenders because they were almost like there was not as much awareness as there is now. But I don't have a problem with them learning about it, and I don't think this. I don't know. This kind of seems.
I don't think it needs to be part of curriculum.
Well, sex education does.
Yeah, but that's around 5th grade, right? Like,
yeah.
So I think around that time when it's part of curriculum,
so
that's fine. But I don't think they need to like shoehorn it into preschool. I think at preschool you should probably just allow the parents to talk about it. If a child brings it up during class, you say that's a good question. You should go home and ask your parents about that.
Yeah.
You should ask your parents about that. And then the kids can talk to each other and tell each other the first grade, like all the stories I learned about sex from my peers, where they're like, "Oh yeah, you pee in her and that makes a baby."
Yeah,
like that's where kids should be learning about this stuff from.
Part dick between the hooters.
Yeah, they're like, you drink from the boobie and then you get a big belly and you poop out a baby.
I want everyone to focus on what she is accusing people of here. There it is. She said the quiet part loud. If you don't agree with the bill, you are actively cultivating young children to sexually abuse them. Everything you don't like is the work of this nefarious cabal of pedophiles who are literally attempting to institutionalize systematic sexual molestation of children. If you're a Democrat, you're either a pedophile or a pedophile sympathizer. If you're a gay teacher who mentions, I don't know, going away with your husband this weekend, you're doing the same.
Is it so? I don't understand the law enough to know if this is hyperbole, what he's saying here, or if it's true. I don't know. I would have to read more into it. So I don't know the specifics of the proposed law.
I think what we need is to make sure there's one class clown in every class. So when a teacher says, I'm going to go for a trip with my husband this weekend, the kid can just like class clown make a joke and be like, "Ha, gay," and then everybody laughs and they move on. We need self-policing. That's what we need.
So here's the Ted Cruz video. So he's young here. He's really thin.
Aspirations. Is that like sweat on my butt?
Aspirations. Is that like sweat on my butt? He seems a lot more fun here.
Why is he doing a fucking comedy routine like Daniel Songer would do?
Hey, man. Want to be in the Teen Titty films, man.
No, oh, I see. What you want me to do, what I want to do in life. Well, my aspiration is to, I don't know, be in a teen tit film like that guy who played Horatio.
So,
like that guy who played Horatio?
Yeah, I don't know who he's talking about, but that was his first aspiration.
You know, he was in Malibu Bikini Beach Shop. Well, other than that, take over the world. World domination, rule everything, rich, powerful, that sort of stuff.
Oh my God. What a little Twinkie pie. Teen tittin' fucking weirdo.
Everyone like the stream. Give us a like, give us a subscribe.
That's cringe.
Let the world know that we're live right now.
The Malibu Bikini Beach Shop. That's what he needs.
Yeah, what's he? I don't know who Horatio is.
Horatio was in the Teen Titty film. Somebody go to all Teen Titty films ever. Search for actors named Horatio that also would have went to high school with Ted Cruz so we can figure out who the hell he was talking about and which Teen Titty film that was. Fixol already has a fucking link.
Maybe he means he wanted to get ratioed.
L plus Horatio. There's the movie he referenced. Are you serious? Fixol's got a link to the movie already?
Let me see here.
What is going on?
It's an IMDb, and we know there's nothing untrue on IMDb.
IMDb.
Malibu Bikini Shop.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that one.
It's like it's an 80 or 86.
Might have done a FAP to this. Is there a trailer for it?
I'm afraid to look at the trailer because it's
If there, look for one on YouTube for it because
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
Some of us need to know that, like, for science.
Yeah,
that was the Malibu Bikini Shop.
Yeah, Malibu Bikini Shop. All right, we're gonna move on to something else.
The Malibu Bikini Shop, 1986. Jane loses her dress. Oh no.
Yeah, let's move on. Here's a news story. This is crazy. So, In L.A., a group of people saw this guy beating his dog, so they beat the shit out of him.
Oh.
Check this out.
Warning.
A citizen's beat down in Hollywood after a group of people say they witnessed a man abusing a small dog on a leash.
He was
That's the poor doggy right there, by the way.
definitely abusing the dog. All of us are eyewitnesses to that.
Some people passing by on Sunset got out of their cars to help.
I pulled over and started chasing him
And why is that?
because that's absolutely not okay.
Dragging him and just
That is absolutely not okay.
him up, slamming him right here.
One of the men seen in this video hitting the man repeatedly yesterday near Sunset and the 101 freeway explained.
He started running, we chased him, and he's talking about the dog disrespecting him.
The dog disrespect.
I mean, that's fair. Some dogs are super disrespectful.
He's my brother dog, and he should have obeyed me.
Speaking to our
He
cameraman,
should have obeyed me. I like this guy's style. He's got the Calvin Klein undies poking out. I think those are watermelon socks. Or what are those, watermelons in those socks? Little green dots on those socks. Maybe they're not watermelons. Whatever they are, they look like refreshing morsels. Those socks are cute. Why are his shoes off? Did they steal his shoes after they beat him?
I don't know.
Before police arrived, the
He got
man,
beat
who
up.
police have not identified, said he didn't think the dog was hurt.
He all right. Beat him up like
He all right.
Nothing wrong with him.
The people
No,
who beat
that-
the
that
man for
doesn't look like
nearly
there's
a
anything
minute
wrong with
and
the
held him
dog,
down
but-
until
Why are you trying to defend this guy so much?
For one, I think that it's kind of boring to just dogpile on a guy.
police arrived, say they were conducting a
But he
citizen's
also
arrest.
looks like he's going to be fine too. So the defense goes against him to the dog. This dog's going to be all right. Well, you're going to be all right too once you get your fucking shoes on, Papa.
It's a little much. We showed the video to LA criminal
It's a
law
little
attorney Andrew
much.
Leventhal. He says the
So they talked to this guy who's like trying to see like
altercation leading up to the rescuing of the
how
dog is
legal it was
probably
for them to beat him up.
fair, but continuing to beat the man even after the dog is safe raises some legal.
I just want to point out Billy thinks it's boring, so he has to defend a dog abuser.
I mean, yeah.
Which looks like the dog was already,
It is.
being taken care of at that point. Now, so like technically, does it look like that? The prosecution could file, charges.
That wasn't a
against the-
blind stick, was it? That
the
was like
men,
he was a
beating
yard
up
guy,
the,
was it? Was he?
I don't know what it was.
the animal abuser? Yes, technically they could.
LAPD did not file charges against the men who helped rescue the dog. The man who was allegedly beating the dog, though, was arrested and charged with animal cruelty. The dog, taken by animal control,
Hey,
no word
doggy.
on its condition except that it appeared alert after the beating.
doggy.
In Hollywood, John Kelly's Climax.
What, this
NBC
dog
4
gets
News.
a nice, beautiful lady in a crop top?
Thanks for watching.
I think the other guy goes to jail, and this dog gets a nice, beautiful lady in a crop top. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. Dog won that one. Dog won. Dog abuser 0.
All right.
Dog was then euthanized. I mean, unfortunately, his owner wasn't there to pick him up, so he had to go.
Everyone give the stream a like. Also, we're trying to reach our goal before the end of this week. There's a link in the description if you want to send us some Streamlabs. We'll read them out after the next segment. So, yeah, hop on there.
I could not find one man named Horatio in the entire cast and crew of the Malibu Bikini Shop. And I'm starting to think that guy, Horatio, lied to everybody in his class to make them think he was in the Malibu Bikini Shop. And that lie was the coolest thing to happen to any of them. And then Ted Cruz went on to go for world domination and stopped short to getting punked by Donald Trump and being his lapdog. I don't think Trump beat our guy Ted Cruz as bad as that guy beat his dog. But Ted Cruz definitely didn't beat Trump as bad as that guy got beat for beating his dog. Oh, he said he played someone named Horatio? The actor isn't named Horatio?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I'm looking again to see if the character's name was Horatio.
Why?
I need to know. I need to know if Ted Cruz was lying about this teen titty flick.
It's getting really boring, Billy.
Drunken young man, that might have been Horatio's side name. Wow.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP, are they going to touch me?
Here's Ted Nugent talking about the late drummer for the Foo Fighters, Taylor Hawkins.
So if you want to save young Americans' lives, weak and stupid young Americans who get high and end up getting near death and dead from fentanyl. Well, I didn't know the cocaine had fentanyl. You shouldn't have been doing the cocaine, asshole. Well, I like to get high. No, you...
That's exactly what they say.
Well, maybe you can jam with Taylor Hawkins tonight. See? Love Taylor Hawkins, love his wife and his daughter.
Well, I'm glad you made a point about his death, comparing it to other people who do drugs. It's very sweet of you to use his downfall as a point to get people to stop doing drugs.
The next thing he says is beyond the pale.
I obviously love his wife and daughter more than he did.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he died of an accidental overdose, he doesn't love his family.
Do we think that him dying, I think even all he's done for his wife and family, even with him dying young, is more than Ted Nugent has done for them.
Right, Ted Nugent's done nothing.
Yeah, well, is that all you have to do to beat a man's love is outlive him and not die for something that could have been avoided? If you were hit by a bus, would you love his family more than he did?
Well, that's outrageous. It really is outrageous, isn't it? Anybody want to debate me on that? I'm not being cruel towards Taylor Hawkins. I wish he would have lived. I wish he wouldn't have got high. I wish he never started doing heroin and snorting coke and whatever else. Dope.
Do we want to debate you? Why would we debate you on your stupid fucking opinion? There's a stupid opinion, Ted Nugent. You're full of those.
Yeah.
And when's the last time he put out a good song?
I mean, I'm sure he's putting out music, but I couldn't name one song that came out after, like, 1985.
So he could finance the Mexican drug gangsters to pay off the federales so they can kidnap, rape, torture, and murder young girls and then cut their nipples off and make necklaces out of them. Okay. Well, do you have any evidence of that? Yeah, it was actually on public television a few years back. Until the corrupt monsters in our government made them stop showing it.
Okay. I don't know if any of that's true. They don't normally show, like, gory shit on PBS.
Well, the public access is not PBS, right? Public access.
He said public television, which is PBS.
He said public access, which is a different...
Public television, not public access.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, let's see.
So he could finance the Mexican drug gangsters to pay off the federales so they can kidnap, rape, torture, and murder young girls and then cut their nipples off and make necklaces out of them. Well, do you have any evidence of that? Yeah, it was actually on public television a few years back.
Yeah, so PBS is what he means.
Until the corrupt monsters in our government made them stop showing it.
Which I don't think is true. I don't think the government made them stop showing anything.
I remember public access would have a lot of crazy shit on it back in the day.
Yeah,
but
public access is a totally different thing.
Public television would have some stuff like they might have showed something like that heavily edited for like news purposes, but like you never saw real gore stuff on public television, right?
I mean, they have a news segment, like a news hour for PBS. And they'll show stuff that they would show on network news, or, you know, it seems to be a little more balanced because it's not for profit.
There definitely are these nipple necklaces that Ted Cruz was talking about. Whether or not they were on PBS after an episode of Arthur, I'm not sure about. But actually, Chet Lemon says nipple necklaces was the name of the movie Ted Cruz was talking about. So, interesting.
Here's something new. I've never seen Wild Bill for America in a video where he had anyone else in it. And here he's got like a whole crew of people. Let's see. Let's see what it's all about. Exactly how I thought they would look.
Yeah, the audio has gotten 5 times worse from having 5 more people on.
They have their microphone next to the pool filter.
Oh my god!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our
Is that the dog
version
that got beat in that guy's lap?
I don't think
of
so.
Kirk Cameron's American Campfire Revival. We're in Florida, so we don't have a campfire, but we do have a swimming pool. Thank you, Kirk.
Well, that's
and
great.
friends,
That's the
for
opposite of a
launching
fucking campfire dumpster bill.
campfire revivals around the USA. And we call our group the God, Country, and Coffee, and we are 100%.
Their group is God, Country, and Coffee. Sounds like
only one of those
Quite-
things they want black.
in agreement that this nation needs to get back to being a nation that recognizes and honors God Almighty as our sovereign. And we, too, are joining in the call for the
I like how you can only see like 25% of the one guy's face.
Constitution of the United States to be
And then there's the only woman there like side-eyeing
Yeah, she's
the camera.
She knows something we don't know.
restored, and liberty and justice for all to make a big comeback in the USA.
I love how you can see the one gentleman breathing there.
What? Oh, the guy
with
in the blue
mustache.
shirt?
Yeah, he's like he's powering through.
Someone recently said that the battle for
My
American
guy's trying to live today, and I appreciate that.
freedom will be won in the living rooms of the American people. And that's what American campfire revivals are all about. Washington, D.C. will
There's no campfire, by the way.
never clean
there's
itself
a
up.
pool.
So we, the people, are going to clean things up, beginning with us, our friends,
How about
and
with
our
that
neighbors.
pool? I can see shit floating in it. I'm surprised TVC Mario's not in there getting baptized right now.
Come together in the name of Jesus Christ to honor and remember the Christian heritage upon which the USA was established. Seriously, people, every major problem this nation is facing can be traced to walking away from our Christian heritage. And that means that the solution is for us as a nation to make a U-turn.
Yeah, they'll like religious right people, they'll basically say that the reason things are going to shit in America is because God has abandoned us. We used to be God's country, and then we let the gays get married and all the other stuff. So now God isn't protecting us anymore.
I like how when the gays couldn't get married, like their lives were infinitely harder. Like they couldn't do simple things like die and have their partners taken care of when they died. Simple things like that.
Yeah.
And now that gays can get married, these people are like, well, you know, it's ruining my life because, well, the Bible says, you know, no gaying. And now when I read the Bible, I'm thinking, well, there is some gaying, and that's what's it really do to them? What's the problem?
They can't stop masturbating thinking about gay honeymoons.
None of us can.
Yeah.
Me and Ted Cruz want to be in one of those teen dick films.
And to get back to being the nation we were founded to be. And here's where it starts, with neighbors gathering every week to pray and learn from God's word and to set our faces like steel, to do better in
Why even bother having them there?
our lives, to
They
raise
just
the
look
standards
awkward.
all across this
The
country.
one guy looks like he's pregnant. The guy sitting next to Bill.
I feel like he's the killer of the group.
He's got really skinny arms, but like a very bulbous torso.
You know, it's said that the happiest people on earth are those who spend their
I
lives
wonder if he's this
in a
guy's
worthy
son. I don't know. Like he looks like he's notably younger than the rest of them, but not by that much.
I don't know. I don't know if he's that.
cause.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you feel beaten down and discouraged by the evil agendas that are coming against us every day? Well, then do something about it. Take a stand by forming your own American Campfire Revival Group. We're all here saying, hello
Why the hell
from
does this
Florida.
woman on the side have so much space? And this guy's hanging off the edge of his tiny little head. She could scooch in a little bit, and they could turn the camera to the side, and they could have everybody in framed well. Instead, we got this one guy who's like, he's making eye contact. Looks like he's reading a chat that doesn't exist. Poop, poop, poop. Do a tip, everyone. Thank you, Chet Lemon.
Poop, poop, poop,
Everybody
poop, poop,
watching
poop.
right now, like the stream. tip the show, kiss the baby, let them know. AmericanCampfireRevival.com is the website. If you want Drunken Peasants to appear on AmericanCampfireRevival.com, all you have to do. I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. It's time. They don't have a campfire. We don't have a campfire. We're on equal footing there. Did I say evil footing? Oops. There goes my agenda.
We love you. Thanks for watching.
You love us.
America, bless God again.
America, bless God again. Awkward pause. Awkward pause.
Oh, I don't remember any of them saying anything. They just sat
They didn't
there.
say anything. They just were like, hey, look, we're having a campfire revival. It's the four of us and mild Bill and this little patootie dog that we saved from a guy that we beat the shit out of for beating his dog.
All the stories fit together.
Nobody wants to sit close to stinky Wild Bill. That's what it looks like. Why is she so far apart?
Maybe she stinks and no one wants to sit around near her.
Nah, that's never the case with women.
It isn't?
No, guys always stink more than women.
No.
Yeah, women care about their fragrance. Guys are like, look, you're lucky if I shake it after I piss.
There's definitely
I can walk in
women
with
that
dick
have been
dribble.
stinky.
There's very few. And she's not one of them. She wears flowers on her shirt. She's a good smelling old lady. Her liver spotted arms stink. Oh, no, that's not true. Liver spots. She probably smells like a leather bound book. And that's okay. Shani does smell. Well, Shani smells better than she should smell.
Oh, stop! It's like we don't even live in reality anymore.
She does smell like cat piss.
Stop! It's
She
madness.
does smell like cat piss, but she should smell a lot worse than cat piss.
Okay.
She should smell like decrepit, sun-bleached whale rot, blubber whale rot. That's what she should smell like.
Okay.
Just like I should smell a lot worse, but I don't.
Because you're a woman?
No, I should smell a lot worse because I'm a morbidly obese man.
Oh.
I should have.
I thought your whole point was that women smell better than they
They
should.
do.
Man, none of what you just said makes any sense at all. It's all just
You might just
weird.
be high.
No, I don't think so. I wish you were high because that would explain it better.
No, I think I made
But
a lot of sense.
You think you did? Yeah, you're not an objective person to give that opinion though.
Most
on
fat
yourself.
people stink, is what I'm saying. Most fat people smell bad. Because I'm a celebrity, I have higher
you fucking
standards.
kidding me?
I have higher standards for my hygiene, like than most fat guys. Just like most women have higher standards. Because when it comes to sexual attraction, women have the inner developments, where males have usually the outer developments. That's why males are allowed to stink a little, because they don't have an incubation hole. Okay. Bill probably smells like maple donuts. That's not a bad smell. I wish I did, actually.
Here's some. It's the Canada First guy. I guess his name's Tyler Russell.
I go over to Harvey's.
Harvey's is a Canadian burger joint. I've eaten there before. I don't know if they have it on the West Coast, but they have it all over Ontario.
And, I walk in there. And of course, as with every single restaurant, every single Tim Hortons, pretty much anything within the service sector, anything within the food industry in this country, now you just have a bunch of immigrants that are working, the cash, making your burgers, etc. And it's terrible. It's extremely annoying. You can't even place an order. They get your order wrong. And that's what happened to me. I go into Harvey's. And
so he's trying to say they have so many immigrants working at fast food places that's why they're getting the orders wrong. That's not true at all. Orders are wrong at fast food places all the time. It has nothing to do with the language, the native language.
This man's struggle.
Yeah.
It's brutal to listen to. I can't believe what a hard life he's lived.
I get a double cheeseburger. And when I'm ordering, I have to keep going, what? What are you saying? And, this Indian lady, at the cash is just like, goobity gobba goobity gop, goobity gop gop.
Was she scatting? Was she like a jazz musician?
That'd be pretty sweet.
Boobity bop. And I'm just like, what? Are you speaking English? Like, hello?
It's called an accent.
This gentleman demands a lot from his Harvey's burger.
Right.
And of course she has her mask on, so that doesn't help. I can
Probably because she has to wear it.
barely
Or
hear
she wants to. It's like, even
Normal
if she doesn't have to, she might want to.
English people speaking when they have their masks on. So I had to say what like 10 times. Finally, I get the order.
This poor man.
And she places it, the burger comes out, I'm choosing all my toppings because at Harvey's you get to choose your toppings like right in front
Oh,
of you.
you're really selling this Harvey's thing.
So I'm going, I want some lettuce, I want some of, that sauce, and then I ask for tomatoes. And usually, you just ask for tomatoes and they'll give you, 2 or 3 tomatoes. The standard, it's the standard, right?
Is that the standard?
And she says something to me.
He expects the world to bend to his personal preferences.
And I can't, I literally cannot understand it.
Well, I think a lot of these men were man children, mama boys, and their moms wiped their ass a little too long and cut their fucking crusts off their sandwiches and did a little too much for them. So they expect the rest of the world to be on mommy status for them.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the fuck she's asking me. She's like pointing at the tomatoes. And I'm like, yeah, I want tomatoes. That's what I said. I want tomatoes.
Can you imagine if you were a political commentator and your fucking commentary was this nothing burger? What a fucking nothing burger. You had an upsetting experience at a Harvey's burger. Like, okay, go to a better burger restaurant.
And then she points again and she goes,
go to an AMW even.
And I'm just like, I take a second and I pause. I'm like, yeah, tomato.
This is so unexciting and stupid. What a fucking
I'm like,
loser.
Okay, I can't hear you.
And anybody who watches this for any other reason than to mock it is a fucking loser.
It's a guy who just stole Nick Fuentes' bit and made it Canadian.
And a bunch of guys that are do-nothing motherfuckers that sit around, maybe they go to work or whatever, and that's great. They're just part of a cog in a machine, and they're happy being a little cog, and they want to be the perfect little Catholic. They fantasize about Catholicism, which is weird to me. Very weird. Like, just be a good Catholic. But you don't even want to be a good Catholic. You want to pretend like you want to be a good Catholic.
It's like a merit badge.
It's your new virtue signal, guys.
Yeah. There is a Harvey's in Vancouver, by the way. I just looked
Hear
it
you.
up.
I just want tomatoes. And then she pulls down her mask and then she's like, two? And it's like, really? We had to go through all of that for you to ask me if I want the exact amount of tomatoes, 2 tomatoes. I'm like, yes, 2,
I hope
fine.
she was fucking with him and this wasn't protocol, because for her sake, having to ask people how many tomatoes they want sounds like a shitty fucking addition to your already shitty job. I hope she was just fucking with him.
They make the burgers almost like they'd make a sandwich at Subway, so they're like doing it in real time, and they're probably told not to overserve because they want to save on food costs. So you don't give someone more than 2 tomatoes unless they ask for more than 2 tomatoes.
I would just put the 2 tomatoes on.
So she makes.
There's
my
probably
burger,
been so many
and I sit
miscommunications
down.
about it that they just asked
And
specifically.
There was another customer behind me, and this guy sat down like across at the other booth. And I could hear him. I overheard him complaining to his buddy that he was with about his order as well. And she literally put on the wrong toppings right in front of him.
Well, then why didn't he be like, hey, you're putting on the wrong toppings? Okay, if they're doing it right in front of you and they're doing it wrong, it's your fault if you don't be like, oh, no, I didn't want that. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you complain about it later? It's your responsibility to make sure they do it right if they do it right in front of you.
It's like, can we just like make a burger? Is it that hard?
It sounds
You
like
can't
they
even
were
just go
making
and get a burger.
burgers.
You can't go to Tim Hortons and get, your normal coffee order anymore. Everything's
can't?
stuffed.
Why isn't Tim Hortons out of business by now then?
It's because of the quality of people that are inhabiting this country before. If you go back 10 years.
Why don't you go work there?
Obviously, there's going to be mistakes made within the food industry. Occasionally mistakes made.
Obviously, these jobs aren't paying enough, and because you have some generational history in this country, you have some generational wealth because your parents were here longer and able to buy property when property was cheaper. You have a bit of a privilege here, and you're not going to want to work this job because you're above it thanks to your generational privilege, your class privilege. GG, you don't have to work here, but somebody has to fucking work here. And if they could afford to hire better people and still give you a burger you'd pay for, they probably would. I'm not saying they would. A lot of businesses cut the fucking corners. But you're at a goddamn Harvey's. And if she fucks up your order, you know what you could do? You could be a little cunt about it. You could say, oh, no, you fucked up that. I don't want that. Fix that. You could do that. You know what she could do? She could begrudgingly fix it. Or you could refuse to pay for it.
Or you could not go there anymore.
Thank you. You could do a lot of things.
Yeah.
But complaining about it to a bunch of fucking ne'er-do-wells online makes you look like a fucking cunt.
Which is what he is.
Burger.
Bit
you
of a
can't
cunt.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
Take
even
my
at
pickles
bank?
off.
Anybody who doesn't like pickles on a burger, I will tell you this right now. Anybody who doesn't like pickles on a burger, you were pampered.
I would say they don't have a good palate. They don't understand that a pickle is a necessary part of the full burger puzzle. I mean, there are certain types of burgers with other toppings that maybe pickles wouldn't go well with, but the standard burger should have pickles. And if you don't like it,
I want you kids to ask yourself, do you remember ordering burgers plain with nothing on them? Cheeseburger plain. Do you remember ordering cheeseburger plain? Because if you remember ordering cheeseburger plain, just like if you remember having your mom come to wipe your ass for you, you were probably had your little ass wiped, had your little plain cheeseburger a little too long.
Yeah, I remember when my mom would take me to McDonald's, I would try to have her order it with no onions. You know those little diced onions on the Happy Meal burgers?
Yeah.
And my mom was like, nope. You're going to eat it the way it is because, first of all, it takes longer for them to make it because they're all pre-made. And I was just like, all right, I guess I'll eat it. And then I ate it and liked it.
Yeah, I like those little onions, but the one thing I liked about that is like whenever you special order something, it comes fresher. So
That is true.
I do like to add something or take off something on burgers when I can because they're just like that much fresher at those places. But I think at Wendy's, they pretty much make your shit fresh anyways on the conveyor
They do.
belt.
McDonald's is pre-made normally.
Yeah, they have the whole rack of bullshit at McDonald's.
Even at banks with your own money. If you go into a bank and
I can tell at Dick's a lot of times, they make, because their menu's so small,
Yeah.
they make a lot of it in advance.
A ton of events, they really don't do special orders unless it's like a very rare dietary issue.
And then they hand it to you right after you pay for it, you've got it.
That's the beauty of it though, because it's made that way.
Whether it's ghetto money, open account, whatever it is. Sometimes you can't understand the people.
That's a you problem.
And it's very instructive for the absolute state of this country. Nobody understands each other.
I mean, if you don't like living around a lot of people of different ethnicities than you, then go move out into fucking in the middle of nowhere.
Or
there's places in Canada where you can still be around only white people, but I think you live in Toronto, and I mean it's a multicultural city.
Or if you don't like living around people of ethnicities, fuck yourself. Okay? Fuck yourself.
It's an easy choice. He wants to live in the city, but he also doesn't want to be around a diverse, groups of people.
I was at Costco last night getting gasoline, and there was this lady behind me, and this old lady walks up to her and was like, "You ran a red light to get in here." And she's like, the old lady walks up from across the parking lot, and this old lady is an old white lady, and this woman was probably, I don't know, she probably an immigrant. She had a heavy accent, didn't look like she was America first, at least. And she's there, and she's pumping her gas, and was like, "You ran a red light to get in here. I should take a picture of your license plate and call the police."
You're not a cop.
And the woman's just like, do it. Go ahead, do it. And the woman looks at me and is like, "Do you think it's right that she ran around?" I was like, I think you should probably go back into your car. It's not safe for you to be out here walking around when cars are driving by. You walked over from 3 islands away to say this to her. That's dangerous. You could get hurt." And the little lady's like, she was like trying to have a little
Karen
friend
moment.
straight up Karen. And like she like walked back to her car and they were still yelling at each other from across the islands.
Way to pay attention when you're trying to
Everybody's just
drive.
like going through life in their little own racial enclave. Well, our country goes down burning in flames. We have like trillions of dollars in debt. We have Pierre Poilievre, promoting all these conservatives that want to ban the unvaxxed from grocery stores. It's like, give me a break. Even the simplest things in this country are ruined now. The simplest things.
Ruined.
The simplest things are ruined.
Good.
In this country. So that's my little story. That's my little story about Harvey's.
Your little story
Some
sucks. You're
bullshit.
you're a nothing human being who does nothing with his life, and you use your nothing platform to complain about nothing situations. If I were you or your mother, I would be very ashamed of myself. Luckily, I have no reason for shame because I'm perfect. But if I was you, I would not be.
Here's a Harvey's onion ball.
You love the rings. Now try the whole thing. Is this a joke?
No.
It says each onion ball contains 1/4. This is the satanic onion ring we were talking about.
They batter and deep fry an entire onion.
Look, I'm just going to say, when there's a sex ring and the sex ring is so successful that they throw a sex ball and they have people show up in their masquerade gowns at the sex ball, we have a problem. I think the onion ball was a problem.
Here's they have these apple pies too.
Are those like mini apple pies,
Yep.
bite-sized apple pies?
Yeah. Jollibee has peach pies.
Yeah, do
that
we
are
have
kinda
a
like
picture of the onion ball cut open? That thing looks like a bit of a monster.
Let's see.
A bit of a monster. Fill it with cheese. Fill the onion ball with cheese. Meatball is popular too. What, are you serious? There's a meatball? Those apple pies are so good, though.
I can't find a picture of it.
Probably have a couple of screws up in my head loose, but it's no worse than what's going on in your parents' Harvey's location.
I'm not sure. I don't see the full onion ball cut open anywhere.
Damn it! It can't be real. It's got to be an April
it from
Fool's.
the Harvey's Facebook page.
Oh my! Was it posted on April Fool's Day?
I don't know. Maybe it was.
It has to have been because that's not real.
There's a lot of Muslims in California acting like Mexicans. Let me tell you how to tell the difference. I'm going to give y'all a good little hint. Because they got a very close
It might have been an
complexion
April
on
Fool's
skin-
joke.
on
Yeah,
skin
that would
tone.
make sense.
But when you see a dark complected Mexican and he claims to be Mexican and he got white hands,
Have we not seen this one before? Because he's made this argument before.
It's a little different.
and there's a line in the hands where you can tell the difference of the skin tone that bad, they're not Mexican.
What?
Mexicans, if you notice, they don't have that difference of skin tone. There's a very slight difference, and it's faded. It's faded in.
What?
No Mexican has a white hand and a dark brown skin on the outside. None of them. But Muslims do have that. The dark complected Muslims have that skin tone change on them like that. Indians don't even have that. South Americans don't have that skin tone change.
I like how he just kind of pretends to be an expert on whatever he's talking about.
Is this just going to a guy jerking himself at a fucking incel con?
I tried to pause the video, but it played the next one.
Okay. Yeah, so the onion ball, for those of you rushing out to Harvey's, it was an April Fool's joke. And no, it's not a bloomin' onion. They actually cut the bloomin' onion with a little contraption before they dip it and deep fry it.
To make it bloom.
Yeah, that was an unbloomin' onion.
Yeah.
And it was, I read the comments on the Harvey's page, and there are people that are like, I wish this wasn't an April Fool's joke. I would so eat that.
I'd try it.
Okay, that's fair. But there's no way that's going to be good,
I
right?
eat it with like a knife and fork. It depends on what's in the batter.
There's just too much onion there. The blooming onion was smart.
I'll eat a whole onion like an apple.
Savage.
Yeah.
Might be good.
Yeah. Especially if it's deep fried.
Like a sweet onion. Now, everybody wants an onion ball now. You're
Yep.
sick. The shroom and onion.
It's another this Woodlands, the Woodlands Board of Directors.
The Woodlands Township.
How's it going, everyone? I may not fit in around here, but I am a transgender competitive eater. My name is Gordon Willdaughter, formerly Gordon Williamson, but since I'm not a son, nor do I have a Willie anymore, I'm no longer that. I want to start off today
Is this Ryby?
by calling out the Montgomery County
Looks like a
Sheriff's
thicker Ryby.
Ryby's fallen on hard times.
Office. Me and my friend Veronica had an extremely traumatizing experience over the past weekend with them. We were both at the Woodlands Mall, and I had to run to the bathroom to vomit due to all the white
I like
people
how he's
that
handling this microphone like a little penis. Like a go.
hats and a Chick-fil-A in where I thought would be my safe space. I then went into the women's bathroom, as that is my gender, and after doing my business and using the bathroom, a bunch of cis white women called the fascist racist sheriff's department on me. They then kicked me and Veronica out of the mall, and we started driving away, and they pulled us over a minute later for what they said was the incident in the mall, which they claimed was indecent exposure. The only thing indecent about that was their transphobia and fat phobia for that. There was nothing indecent about my beautiful body. What they call indecent exposure, I call meet and greet. I know the real reason I got pulled over was for a DWI. Driving while intersex, 10 times worse than driving while black. They then patted down Veronica head to toe, and they seemed to look disgusted at me. I was begging to be patted.
I do have to say that this probably makes the otherwise tedious process of listening to the public as like a city council or whatever a little more entertaining when people like this come in.
Is it though? Because like
it breaks up the monotony.
Maybe. I'd just be like, I'm here, I'm on fucking time, and this is obviously disingenuous. It's a waste of my fucking time.
Because normally it's like, oh, you should put a stop sign at the corner of Main Street and First Street, you know, like that.
It'd be nice if this guy was entertaining about it. Like if he came in and was like actually good at what he's doing.
McCrib.
Every single which way possible, like any attractive woman does by police. Is this not an attractive body to everybody? I'm a woman! I am a woman! They then took me to jail and they gave me an orange jumpsuit, which triggered my PTSD, post-transition stress disorder. The reason it did that was because orange is the most racist color.
I wish this guy was good at what he was doing. Maybe I would be entertained. He's just so fucking bad at it.
It's like that other guy that we were watching that does the
No, that guy was
Play-Doh.
even better than this guy, and he was terrible.
Most racist president in history, Donald J. Trump. I then begged them
This isn't even a
to move me
troll.
to the women's
Like a
cell
troll attempts to be incognito. Like you
Right.
don't know.
And this
guy's just
clear.
so obviously trying to like make a joke.
Someone in the chat
It's
said
shit.
this is the guy from Predator Poachers. The guy who ruined the.
Are they joking or is this seriously
It kind of
him?
looks like him. I mean, if it and I do believe that guy does live in Texas, so it might be him. You know, and he didn't. He's part of the reason EDP was allowed to get away
because
scot
I
free.
am a woman. They just laughed at me.
Is this
and then
really the
said,
Predator
"This is
Poachers guy?
MAGA country," and proceeded to bludgeon me.
He's really
and
the
give me all
Predator
these
Poachers
scars
guy,
right
they say.
here. You see these scars? They
Oh
bludgeoned
my god.
When I started bleeding, I was begging for tampons because women's health care is valid and important. And the worst part
So
yet,
this is his next project. This is what he does these days.
I thought I had no life.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
This guy is. I didn't think he could be more offensively talentless than his stupid Predator Poachers EDP fail of a video.
And all of his other shit.
He caught the guy red-handed, and EDP got away because of his terrible protocol.
when the next day, when it was time to go to the yard, I begged to go to the kitchen, to be sent to the kitchen. and again they misgendered me, and I had to play basketball
Fuck,
and get
dude.
destroyed by a bunch of black men on the hard court. I can't do this. The racist Republican Woodlands will no longer suppress LGBT voices.
Are we sure this is that guy? Because if this
It
is
looks
that guy,
like him. He's
if
got
this-
the red hair and everything.
If this is that guy, this is like, he is so pathetic. Like, he is just.
Yeah. This is just confirmation of what we already knew.
I don't even care. Like, the message he's saying, yeah, sure, that's terrible. But his fucking delivery is so piss poor. If bad things happen to bad people,
accidents happen.
I would love karma to intervene right now and deal with this gentleman so he could stop with these stupid attempts at, I guess, entertainment. I don't know what the
relevancy.
It's so bad.
One small step for mankind.
Reader of Pain says, "You don't speak for LGBT. I will suck a dick just so I can have an opinion."
One
Don't get me
small
wrong.
act leave for humankind. No more hiding our stories. We are one man. One man. 56 on Instagram, your boy JDQ on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gordon. So,
that was so terrible.
Do we get any Streamlabs?
Yeah, we got 2.
If you want to help us out, send us a couple bucks through Streamlabs. Link in the description.
Boom, boom, boom. I'll open them up, but there will take a moment
All right.
to get on the screen.
Okay.
We got something from Drunken Mechanic Raymond, obviously, just now. Thank you for the big love. Seth looks as this dork was really upset they didn't take the pickle off his burger. I know, a bunch of snowflakes.
Take it off
Actual
yourself.
snowflake. Actual snowflake. The attacks they made on people because people felt like their values as a human were being in question, right? Oh, you're a snowflake because you can't be transsexual, like stuff like that. Like, yeah, I get it. Maybe you don't care about this person's inner feelings of how they identify in the world, and you're calling them a snowflake, but you're snowflaking over a fucking burger.
Take the pickles off yourself.
It's so simple.
Or just eat them.
I didn't pay $7.94 for a Harvey's burger to have to peel the pickles off myself.
Okay, then don't eat the fucking thing and starve.
Stop going to Harvey's.
Starve. Thick Soul says nobody wants to sit close to Stinky Wild Bill. That might be true. Chet Lemon did the poop tip train, and that's all she wrote today. So if anybody would like to give a little more, so that Saturday won't be a jog.
You can help us out. Help us get to like 25, 30, 40%. We won't. It won't be such a dire thing going on into Saturday.
Scoop McGooter says, "Yeah, but how do you feel about mushrooms, Billy? Sautéed mushrooms are fine on a burger." Like, I'm not the type of guy that just needs to have a burger a certain way.
Yeah.
I went out to Red Robin last night, and I got a goddamn Red Robin Royal with egg on it, and I got it with what do you call it? Lettuce wrap.
Yeah,
it was great. I loved it.
Different types of burgers that have different toppings. They require different condiments.
The Void is Zen's trying to start a tip train right now, asking if I've seen Attack on Titan yet. I have not. I've been watching Evangelion with my anime bros. Me and Joe and our buddy have been sitting back and watching Evangelion. Mushrooms are great when you brush the cow crap off of them.
They're talking about like psychedelic mushrooms.
Ah, yeah. I've never really
They've opened
done those.
They've opened a bunch of legal mushroom shops up in Vancouver. They're starting to pop up here and there. So, yeah,
They have them in Colorado as well.
The next trip to Vancouver I take should be quite interesting.
Are you going to do mushrooms?
Fuck yeah, I will. I just like the last time I went to Amsterdam because they sell them there. I was microdosing all day. Just kept me uplifted. I wasn't like seeing shit or anything. It just kind of gave me a euphoric, uplifted kind of feeling.
Imagine putting the wrong mushrooms on your burger. Wouldn't be that bad, right? Mushrooms last for about 6 hours.
Depends. Yeah, how much you eat and like people's metabolism factors into it too.
Yeah.
Like I had friends that I took some with, and it hit me like within like 10 minutes, and it took them like a half hour or more to start feeling anything.
Muffin Man says the mushrooms aren't exactly legal in Canada, and the only
Right.
good mushrooms are hallucinogenic. I disagree.
It's a gray area, just like there were weed stores in Canada before it was technically legal. It's in a legal gray area, and the cops know about it. They're not busting anybody. So I even saw a news story about it, how the cops they're focusing on things like fentanyl, not mushrooms.
That's
So,
smart.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are a very interesting consistency. They're kind of like tofu, right? Like
Kind of.
It really depends on how you prep them and what you cook them with that makes them pop off. But I think mushrooms, they have a good like hardiness to them for low calorie.
And there's different types of mushrooms
Yeah.
too. So there's quite a variety.
My mom made this dish one time. It was like, I think she used mushrooms as noodles and made like a stroganoff.
Yeah, I've heard
out
of
of the
that.
mushroom noodles, and like there was mushroom in it that was like meat, and it was all vegan. It was like a vegan stroganoff. Like 3 or 4 different types of mushrooms, and then like I think it was a cashew base for the cream sauce. It was very impressive. It tasted like a full beef stroganoff, and it was all mushrooms and cashews. I was very impressed for my mother's cooking. I said,
Sounds
Mom, you did an amazing job making this faux stroganoff.
We're gonna move on into oddities starting.
Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear.
There's actually a very potent, very popular strain of psychedelic mushrooms that's known as penis envy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone who's not aware, look it up. It's supposed to be like one of the more potent strains of mushrooms.
Days Ninja says Canada is the greatest country. Are you sure it's not a Scandinavian country? I feel like the Scandinavian countries are fucking massive.
It's subjective, but yeah, Canada's a good country. Definitely a good country in many ways.
I think it's got to be one of those Scandinavian, maybe Denmark. I don't know.
Denmark is Scandinavian.
Yeah, I think when it comes to greatest countries, it's probably one of those. I could be wrong though.
I mean, it's all subjective. If you think that, then that's what you think. It depends on how you measure what a great country is, and
I think that's where you would have a debate. Where you'd have people come with differing opinions, and one person would make a point for their debate, and that's what conversation usually is, right? Subjective.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to choose one. I guess if someone like defined the terms of what makes the best country, I would sit down and try to answer honestly which ones meet that criteria.
What's the best country to you?
I honestly can't answer that. I've been to so many different countries, and there's so many good points and undesirable points. I don't know if I could choose just one.
Oh, Dallas makes a good point. China #1.
I don't know if I agree with that.
It's not a bad play to make. The best country is Cambodia. See, maybe you're right, Hank Chili. Russia is Ben's favorite.
It's actually not. No, I don't really have a favorite. There's some places I like. I like the Netherlands. I like Canada a lot. I even like Italy. There's parts about Italy that are great, but I would never want to live there. France is pretty cool. Germany.
Seeing a lot of good takes on people defending why they think certain areas are the best. Sweden is up there. Finland, Norway. I'm seeing a lot of Scandinavian countries. Taiwan #1. Italia getting a big heart.
I'm partial to like places I've actually visited.
Somalia is best.
Yeah.
Some Andorra. Ooh, open up Andora's box. Billy is actually from Chad. Just wherever I am gets renamed Chad. Taiwan definitely number one. See, there's a lot of Taiwan love. America is obviously the best country. I think based on branding, America has the brand appeal for being the best. They sure do put that message out. Same way McDonald's claims to be number one. Days Ninja now says Canada's healthcare is why I like living here best. So you're probably a little biased. I imagine Canada's healthcare is not the best healthcare in the world. Not the best free healthcare in the world. There's probably better places. But I'm glad you enjoy where you live.
Where?
They said Norway has a really good free healthcare. We're not allowed to say Germany. Yeah, I think Germany might be the best place to live. You don't have to worry about fucking military over there. You got fast-ass cars and even faster women. That's not bad at all. The
U.S. military is there.
Say what you want about World War II, but the advancements in poop porn in Japan and Germany have gone through the roof since then. The German and the Japanese scat films are just some of the best you're going to find in the entire world.
Here is some Boglum Chronicles.
Ooh. Thursday Delusions.
I like this intro music.
Angry with the troops? Is that what this is?
What up? Dogging on the trolls. The trolls
Dogging
got
on
really
my
pissed
troll.
off when I called them out on their shit, called them a bunch of pelican fuckers. They took and made a meme out of it. They took... It's the funniest shit, dude. They took an old photo of me with Fun Size Felicia and photoshopped a pelican's beak and face into it of a pelican fucker. That's fucking great, dude.
Copes is jovial.
Now they're going on the subreddit and saying, you're not allowed to read your own subreddit. I'm not allowed to... I'm not allowed to read my own...
I think I figured out with Copes. He is really good at dealing with the trolls for about 4 minutes.
Yeah, and then he loses it.
I think if he just made his videos 4 or 5 minutes at a time, got offline, maybe got a burger, a beer, chilled a little bit, came back hour or two later, rejuvenized, and did 4 or 5 minutes.
He makes shorts also.
Like those jeans he made with the
YouTube shorts.
Oh, how did those
YouTube
go?
trying to be TikTok. He makes those.
TikTok.
Subreddit, yet the subreddit's about me. How does that make any sense?
Is he banned from the
That'll go
subreddit?
live.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
They said he can't
my
read
album,
it.
If you want to check
They're just
that
trolling
out.
him. They know he can read it. They
No, I
want him
think
to
it's
read
hilarious. You are forbidden here. Don't look at your social media profiles and do not steal the memes made here for your awful merch. I'm like, you're the one making it about me, dude. You started this. I finished it. Now you're just pissed that Cobra's the master troll.
True.
Because ignoring them only works to an extent. You have to be smarter than these fuckers. You have to beat them at their own game.
Cerebral Cobes.
But tomorrow, you got some errands to run.
Like what?
Just got done taking a shower.
Whoa! Damn.
The beard does look like it's been freshly dried.
Got the Maverick number 3, and then I rubbed Bond number 1 on my clothes. It's a deadly combination. Yeah.
Yeah.
With some of that God of War beard oil, smelling like
beard oil?
A rock star.
A rock star.
Hope you all doing fantastic, man. Chilling on a Tuesday.
It's Thursday, you dummy. I was like, wait a second. Wasn't this Thursday Delusions? But yeah, he was wrong about the Tuesday gimmick. Maybe he thought it was Tuesday because he showered on Tuesday. And when he said he just showered, it was 2 days ago. Possible logic?
Yeah.
Logic not that we're caught in here?
When you're blackout drunk all the time, the days just run together.
We got the wand in the mail. Well, we'll be getting it in the mail tomorrow. I got the money for it. Sweet. The harp I had on Satan's Bell, the album, was from a chick doing a test of a distortion pedal on her harp.
Okay.
She wasn't playing a song. She was just strumming random notes.
They see them trolling him. Did you get her
That
permission?
shit's not copyrighted. Y'all are dumb.
Was that a toot?
That was a poot.
You just proved I'm winning by texting me. The one thing my trolls can't seem to get is a life. There it goes. I am dogging on my trolls, otherwise they wouldn't fucking text my ass. Yeah, they are. My trolls are the biggest assholes. And ignoring them to a point, but also beating them with their own game. Smells like trolls up in here, pieces of shit with no lives.
Are these like edited in?
I don't think they are, but they could be.
Because I don't think his ass is that like squeaky tight. It's a
Oh yeah,
hand
I'm
toy.
such an alcoholic. I'm only having one beer.
He's got a pooter
Ooh.
thing.
What I've noticed with the last couple of years of my life,
He's not wearing a 5th edition D&D shirt. He's wearing an
an
Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt.
Yeah.
go through a dry spell because it makes them feel like, hey, you know what? You know,
Andrew Plant Gollum says Cobes eats a lot of cabbage, which would explain that poot. But the idea that you'd say that so truthfully and genuinely about him, it tickled me. That tickled me. Cobes just eating cabbage, so he makes these perfect little poots. I want to live in that world.
The perfect little cabbage pooter.
Little perfect cabbage poots.
willing to wait patiently and try to better understand women and improve gender relations.
Oh, the fart sound is now the system error
That's
sound?
how you
there's
get
system error.
the chicks.
The cabbage poot kids.
Honestly, I love wearing tactical soap. I go to the bar.
So, like, does he go to a different bar now that he can't go to Frosty's anymore?
Hopefully he doesn't tell us where.
And I'm hanging out with chicks who are old enough to drink.
You're banned from all bars.
Yeah. And they're like, that dude smells fresh. Or that dude smells good. I don't have to get laid to know that this shit's working, dude.
Nice.
I want to give homeboy Scotty a bar, and I want to give Cool Taste a bar.
Bar of tactical soap?
Yeah, I think that's what he
I'll
means.
be able to do that when I get the soap.
Oh my God. What if he gives them tactical soap and they both get laid immediately?
That would be hilarious.
Holy shit.
I would love that.
One of you girl trolls out there, if there's like a what was the girl's name? Elizabeth Janke or whatever that was trolling Christian. If you got any stanky Isabella Janke. If you got any stanky Jankies out there in Casper, Wyoming, go run up on homeboy Scotty and whoever else he was going to throw the soap at and drop them some pussy just to troll Cobes.
I ordered.
After Harry returns from the chamber with Quirrell and Voldemort in his first year, Dumbledore could have just pulled out a time turner, gone back in time, and been in the chamber with Harry when this happened to make sure nothing bad actually happened to him.
The only one that's being creepy is you. Your obsession with me is quite creepy and unhealthy, and I feel sorry for you. I love the fucking smell of Slade trolls in the morning. That's just delicious.
Cobes is great.
Ignoring the phone.
Tactical chode. He puts tactical soap on his tactical chode.
I'm wearing my favorite Ozzy Osbourne shirt. I have like several copies of this. Yeah, it's one of those Cobra freaking Ozzy shirts. I love it.
Beautiful.
Spamming my phone with Pelican fucker. I own you, dude.
Owned.
Holy
Pelican
shit, do
fucker.
I own you fuckers. That's what you do, man, and I'm not here to judge, except bestiality is gross, and I'm not even going to respond to it. Sitting there calling me a pelican fucker over and over and over. How is that trolling? That's just dumb. You're taking my insult and trying to use it against me, and it's just sad because you're an unoriginal hack, dude. Says the guy who's trying way too hard to be like Ozzy Osbourne.
Take a big swig,
I got a
buddy.
problem with the show Cuties.
Oh,
That's just gross.
he talks about it every time.
Got a big problem with it.
It came out, what, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Really sucks we burn our bridge with Mr. Girl because it would be great to have Mr. Girl versus King Cobra in a debate.
King Cobra wouldn't come back. Mr. Girl would be more likely to come back on than King Cobra. I didn't burn a bridge with Mr. Girl.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
I made fun of his fat friend Vito.
Overly sexualizing children in our society. It's creepy and it's gross and it needs to stop. You can address the issue without being explicit about it. Oh, God, dude. No.
What the hell was that?
Is he getting the shakes? What's going on? Is Copes dying a little bit?
He's having heroin shakes.
This worries me. A little mini seizure, no big deal.
You know when we have fucking shows like that?
What's he clanking his
Because
bottle
we put
on?
too much pressure
I don't
for
know.
adults to have sex. It's the truth. Fuck child molesters, but I'm just saying, adults are put underneath way too much pressure to
He
have
finds a way to like relate it to himself every time.
Okay, he said, fuck child molesters, but adults are put under way too much pressure to have sex.
He's like somehow taking the cuties thing and making it about himself.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, he's like, it's because of this thing that affects me too.
Facts.
Why we have shows like that.
Cobes, you are put under too much pressure to have
further
sex.
into that, 'cause-
But that has nothing to do with cuties.
Maybe it's because you keep advertising tactical soap and telling us that it helps you have sex, and people want to see you successful with your soap. It might be a self-fulfilled situation, King Cobra.
With this individual.
Stop using the soap, and maybe we'll stop wondering if it's worked yet. That could be the problem.
Yeah. It's the truth, dude. I fucking hate child molesters so much. I don't even want to talk to kids. I'm like, dude, get that thing away from me.
You can hate child molesters and still be okay talking to kids. It's weird that he throws that in there. Like, I mean, like, why would anyone be concerned with you talking to a kid unless you had other weird intentions?
I will say that him talking to kids will increase the chances of him crossing paths with chimos. Because the chimos might be trying to talk to the kids too. Cobb's like, hey kids, don't do drugs. Go to school. And the chimos come by and say, hey kids, want to do some drugs and skip school? And Cobb's has to like then cross paths with the chimes. That is a
why is he there? Like, why should he be
Cobb's
there?
just, he's being
Just
that
hanging out
Saturday
at the
morning
middle school?
He's being that Saturday morning cartoon message at the end of G.I. Joe where he's like, hey kids, it's King Cobra here. You shouldn't do drugs and don't beat up cats.
Just, no, stop. Fuck pedophiles. Get the fuck away from me.
Why would they be around? Why would they be around you?
I like how he's fighting them like a group of zombies that have cornered him. Yeah, he's like, no, pedos, no. Please, back away. That is not how I would accost a predator.
Because sex is overrated when you can drink alcohol.
Whoa, that's what the compensation is.
And not stress stupid shit.
I've had
And
sex
now he's doing
before.
the look into his beer bottle again.
I've had sex before. I've had weed. I've had alcohol. I think they're all pretty fucking mediocre.
And Cobra Con's not even a thing, to be honest. Trolls are talking about showing up to Casper
Cobra Con.
from the 1st to the 4th of July.
I do want to go to Cobra Con.
That'd be
I
hilarious
got
if it
people
actually
in my
happened.
corner, dude. So if they try anything like crazy or weird, they're gonna get arrested, dude.
I'll come be on Cobra's corner.
And they're not
at
gonna
Cobra
like
Con.
it.
I'll be one of his muscle men.
You're
at
gonna
Cobra Con.
harass a 31-year-old autistic guitar player.
Hello, Dusty, my old
You
friend.
know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of
Forgot to
here.
wash you off again. Sick riffs, Cobes.
One more wouldn't hurt.
That's like his mantra.
Shit.
Slaying trolls like a slam beers,
Earlier in this
motherfucker.
video, he did say, how's the alcoholic if he's only had one? And now he's off to another beer.
Funny.
And that's telling me that maybe he might be alcoholic.
You think?
I don't know. Oh, is he making a fucking chi ball?
A cheese ball.
Oh, shit, dude. He's about to Kamehameha somebody. It's perfect shape for one of his softball-sized hamburgers to fit in. Oh, shit,
that he
dude.
eats like an
He's-
apple.
He's getting a chi ball.
Eat a burger like an apple. And then he'll be like, did you see that?
He's been doing a reverse Hadouken since 1996.
Catch you later.
Bye, Cobes.
There's a little more here, too.
Boglum Chronicles presents Demon to some, angel to others.
Bog Razor.
He'll tear your soul apart. Better go live for us now, boy.
You're gonna have to hide your comment because I go live when I want to go live. What's up, you
Correct.
fucking crazy bastards? King Cobra JFS. Back at it with another live.
Welcome back.
Drinking some G Fuel Fade X mixed with some Bud Light.
Oh, God. Why is he mixing Bud Light?
That's that Phase X mixed with Bud Light.
My guy's representing FaZe Clan. Get it.
My G Fuel would taste like this with an addition of cherry, peaches, bananas, and mangoes, and a hint of green Monster energy.
Oh my god.
So whoever created this at the G Fuel lab, I'm digging that.
Can we get some tactical
Light-
fuel for Cobes?
Tactical fuel.
Yeah, just
From
make
the
you
le-
release them lady-loving burps.
Air! Fuck nuclear warfare.
That was a hot take.
It's bad for the environment.
Cobes, you want to say it again for the people in the back?
And
It's
just-
bad for
there's
the
no need for it,
environment.
man.
With my fighting and killing days are long behind me. Let's just leave it at that.
And in the midst of all this, my trolls are fucking with me, but they're scared. The certainty of the future and all that shit. So they stick to what they know best. But when Cobra dogs them out on camera, straight up just doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks. They start rethinking their life. It's like in Soviet Russia, you don't
Oh my God.
freeze in snow. Snow freezes you. Okay, no one's laughing. That's cool.
I mean, you wouldn't know if they were anyway.
But
Humor is a universal thing, I think.
Is it?
Doesn't matter what nationality you are, a good comedically timed joke. Welcome to Wyoming. Consider everyone armed and dangerous.
Oh, that was funny.
Having a beer and watching some Terrence. Live from the lair. Yes. Could you imagine if your family suffered from radioactive poisoning? Some serious shit.
Brian
Will the
Field,
Hills Have Eyes
King
type
Cobes is the
movies?
Gordon Ramsay of mixed drinks. That's most definitely what's
They're
up.
not mixed drinks. They're drink
Fuck the
combos.
nukes,
Get it
man.
right. Get
True.
It right.
It's this new band. They're a Pink Floyd band, but it's called Pink Meat. Instead of Pink Floyd, it's called Pink Meat. And it's a band about, yeah, you can't tell me to force me to eat my vegetables. I want my meat. Yeah, I want that.
Oh my.
Combo.
Combo breaker.
You see him as sweet little old ladies who bake cookies. How you gonna sexualize that shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Hold on.
What?
What are we sexualizing? Cookies? I'm all there for it. Just not Girl Scout cookies, you sickos.
Sickos.
Yeah, she's got some hard candy she wants to suck on.
Oh my, Cobra.
I hate sick fucks. I hate the corruption, and I hate the hypocrisy.
Wasn't Hard Candy the movie about Predator trying to get underage girl, and the underage girl puts him in a situation where he has to either kill himself or go to the police?
I've never
or
heard of
castrate
it.
himself or whatever. There's a weird little reference there, and then going into talking about sickos.
Society, I think we need another beer, don't we? Look at that.
Hey.
The whole goddamn bullshit with the Wii Spawn Los Angeles.
I noticed that when they got beer delivery out in his area, he started drinking Bud Light, and it's been that way ever
All
since.
because of
He
trans
used to drink other
person
stuff.
who had prior convictions.
He had that
of
apple
some
pie stuff
SO
recently
type
too,
shit.
so he still
That's
gets his
such
hard
bad
alcohol change.
PR.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck Blair White was talking about, but y'all don't want to listen. You want to make it about, oh, Blair White's trans and they're all just fuck that. YouTube. Oh, believe me, goths have a stereotype too.
You're not goth.
Boy, howdy, when my chos get bitch slapped, they go all out. Cobra called us the pelican fucker. Well, we'll show him. I'm like, nice going, you pelican fucker. Thanks for the support.
That's most definitely what's up.
Are abusing Section 230.
Cobes is
of
a
the
sexy
Communication
goth bad
Decency
boy.
Act of 1996.
Whether or not that's gothic, I don't know. I'm not the
And
I'm not
they went off
the rule maker of what's goth.
Look, man, they went off the hook here.
Because Disney says you gotta be accepting of trans people, haha. Even if they're not accepting of cisgender people and making
Is he doing an egghead impersonation?
Yeah.
argument about equality, haha.
Pipe smoking lemur says, what I
Not trying
want is for this guy to win a contest to meet Ozzy Osbourne. I want Ozzy to be forced to meet this guy for 5 minutes.
I want Ozzy to tell him that he's actually a Christian. I don't think Cobra's aware of that.
Sharon!
Pick sides, but Trump said grab him by the pussy, which offended so many women. It's because men are allowed to be perverts. If women were allowed to be perverts like men, there'd be no complaining, and that's called gender equality. I'm gonna take a beer piss, and I'm gonna.
Women
drink to
are
that.
allowed to be perverts. They are perverts when they're around men they trust. They're just not perverts around weirdos.
Sickos. Sickos.
If you've never been around a woman that was a pervert, you're probably a weirdo.
Yeah, crazy world we live in. Yeah, like what is that? Women go their own way because they don't need a man in their life. She's a strong and independent woman. But if a man does the same thing,
How about
he's
sexy
a MGTOW
weirdos?
piece of
Okay.
shit.
The women will find those sexy
I like
weirdos
cats
because they're
to a
perverts.
degree, but I'm more of a dog person. I get along with cats just fine.
Bog person.
I had an all-black cat with green eyes growing up named Salem. He followed my mom
Were
home
you
from
Sabrina
work,
the Teenage
and
Witch?
Yeah, we adopted her. Him, I should say. That was not her. It was
Trans cat.
He was the cat.
Oh yeah, should I switch? I always forget that when we do this view, they can't see the like comments, so I'll switch to that.
him, and he was a
We had
male
one view
cat,
where the
and,
thing was up in the corner too.
Yeah, I moved it and then I moved it back.
yeah, our dog Chocolate got along just fine with that cat. This was a cat that loved water.
Water.
Yes. I got me some Laramie cigarette filter
Gross.
tubes full of
They're
flavor.
tubes. It's most definitely what's up,
What
filter
one of these
tubes.
bastard
I do not see
cats?
King Cobra living that
excuse
long.
me.
I mean, he could end up living to be 110. I don't know, but just like all of the food that he eats, combined with the smoking, combined with the constant drinking, that's a recipe for disaster.
Some of us ain't here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
I'm gonna make me a goddamn cigarette. This is way better than digging out of these fucking goddamn ashtrays. I'm just saying.
Mouth poot. Doo doo doot.
Goddamn YouTube. Look, there we go.
God damn.
Yeah, there we go.
Zero Ron says, I'm positive
got a
Cobus has
machine.
worms.
Hold the tube.
Why?
I
thought he was gaining weight, not losing weight when you have one.
I feel like that's a safe bet to make, but
sprinkle.
Gotham patriotism doesn't
Try to
mix.
get
He's
into
white
the
trash
hole.
with dark
Into the
proclivities.
He plays the most fucked up Star Spangled Banner on his guitar I've ever heard.
Then you take the filter and just.
Cobra making cigarettes like he's making ones. Why would he buy a roller? He's fucking packing these Cubano style. These are Casper blunts. He's killing it right now.
I had a friend
Houston, we have
that had a
cigarettes.
machine that would pack those in like one, like he would turn this
Yeah.
crank and it would
All
pack
these
the
people
cigarette
were
full
like,
of loose
"Less
tobacco.
taxes." I agree that we shouldn't have too many taxes.
You don't pay
But at the same time, taxes is what pays for stuff. But god damn it, the road breaks. Who's gonna pay to fix it? How you gonna pay to fix it?
Good question,
Pay
Cobes.
taxes to pay your rent.
It's true.
A blueberry.
Dancing Cobes is one of my favorite Cobeses. Doing the Boglum Boogie. I'm down in Casper with my beer, making drink combos. You see me here doing the Boglum Boogie. The Boglum Boogie. Boglum bop, do the Boglum bop, do the Boglum bop. It's the Boglum Boogie. The Boglum Boogie. Yeah. He's a ghost, ghastly fellow. He's enjoying the music. It makes him move. The music makes him move. It's too bad he can't show off those moves at Frosty's Bar and Grill. That's
Damn.
just rude.
That combined with tactical soap, he would, they'd have to tear
Hey,
the ladies
Delirium
out.
thinks that Cove's a goth guy. He's saying that goth guy looks like he's having a seizure.
That's because all of his stories in that way where someone like
anything to do with King
is like,
Cobra,
hey, that goth
JFS,
guy smells
I don't know.
good.
Yeah.
You're not even the real Joshua Saunders.
Cobra should start going as the Undertaker of Casper. He looks like an Undertaker. Look at those Cobra cakes in the doorway.
Oh, Cobra on flex with that burger, Dan.
Where'd you
Oh,
get that burger?
snap.
Where'd you get that burger, Cobes?
Burger Den. Burger
I
Den.
ordered a double
What'd you order, an
extra
apple?
American cheese with cheddar cheese, bourbon sauce, mayonnaise, ranch, bacon strips, 2 pieces, wavy cut curly fries from Burger Den.
Like the stream, everybody.
Motor skills of a toddler coming in nicely. Better not have motor skills of a toddler. Those sickos might mistake him for one. That is a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm looking at Burger Den right now.
I'm gonna have to drop some
Get
ranch
your
on that
sexy
thing.
ass on there.
Needs more carpet dirt. No,
God, you're gross. Oh, King Cobra.
Eat these fries first.
He'd have unlucky charms. They'd be tragically delicious. Tragically suspicious. You've got me unlucky charms. It's oat cereal
Let me
with bits
pick it
of
out, one
trash
of your
you
burgers.
pulled off of my carpet.
I guess there's a place locally here called the Burger Den. I don't know if it's the same or not, or if
might be.
Looks like they have one in Everett.
I'm eating a French fry, drinking the sauce. Got to get those fries before they go cold. Cobe's doing it right.
Is he drinking ranch? Oh, God.
He's slurping it.
Get
To be
rid of
exact.
it. Oh, Burger Den is at Denny's Ghost Kitchen. Okay. Okay. So it's at all the Denny's restaurants.
Huh. Look at this thing drip down his fucking face. This is bliss.
YouTube.
YouTube, let us know, Cobes.
It's gross.
Yeah, George's Moose Knuckle has a good point. How can a guy that chugs ranch still be single?
Oh, that's so good.
I gotta start chugging ranch. It is so good.
Cobra fam.
Bugging
That's
out.
a good burger. I smothered it with ranch.
I tried to order a Donato's pizza
Your lettuce,
at
pickles, tomatoes.
Red Robin last night, but they were out. They had cauliflower
Lettuce,
crust. So I was like,
pickles,
oh, I'm going to get a
tomatoes,
Donato's pizza.
Yeah,
But
Donato's
they were
is
out.
good. I wonder why they're out.
Classic
If like,
burger, dude.
I think they just run out near the end of the
Oh, my
week. They have to get a
God,
new
Burger
shipment.
Den's so good. I don't got a problem with vegans. I can eat vegetables on my sandwich.
Get them,
Oh
Cobes.
my goodness, it's so good. I take another bite.
yeah, it blows my mind that I can get a Donato's out here now, just because of Red Robin. Because like, there's no standalone Donato's here.
Oh, man. This might not be an
Is
appetizing
he's eating it
burger.
like an apple now.
A little bit. This messy fucking thing. I wonder what compels him to add all the extra shit to his food.
It's weird. Like
That
he
beef
thinks
and that bacon.
taste has to do with how much stuff you can fit into it.
Chairbugs eating good tonight. Damn.
Mm.
He's got fucking ranch sauce all over his hands.
Oh, yeah. He's a messy boy. I'm glad he enjoyed his dinner.
His G Fuel is like defying the laws of gravity right
Just
now.
about. Those armchairs are something special.
Yeah, I don't know like how that is working like that.
You know, when you bite down into an onion and it kind of stings your tongue a little bit.
Tell us more,
Fresh
King Cobes.
onion will sting your tongue just a
Onion.
little bit. And have
Hurting
the
his
onion
tooth decay.
staying on it. Let me know this is fresh onion. Oh, YouTube.
That's gignovitis, according to Pumple Force.
That Burger Den. That Burger Den
Gigabyte
burger was just like the one
vitis.
I had on my birthday. And it was so flippin' good.
It was so.
I'm like, I gotta do a review of it on YouTube. It's almost like a moment in time.
So his dad did take him out for his birthday?
I think it was
Did
the
you
next
eat
day
it?
they went out.
Or was that an illusion?
Alan M. asking what we all want to know. Is he
So
still on a
good.
dry spell? Not after eating that burger.
Of course he is.
That burger was a sexual experience. I think he dies for a few seconds several times a day. I hope not. Oxycodone burger food hack coming in nicely.
Tubes.
Muffin Man says his life
Dude,
is
I'm
really
getting
sad.
ranch all over
I
my
disagree.
pants.
I think his
Like a dirty
life
son of a
is
bitch.
about as beautiful as it could be. He's going to the tune of his own drum. He's got a bunch of people who care about him.
Do they care about him?
Yeah, they want to see him stream. They want to be
They
here
want to
for
see
him.
him fail.
That's fine, and he's giving them what they want. This is a great symbiotic relationship.
Oh my God.
A fantastic parasocial
You too.
relationship. Like what?
That's
I think his
fresh
life
onion,
would
dude.
be much
When
more
it
sad
stings your tongue
if he was like this
like
by
onion.
himself, with nothing to drive him. I don't think it would be any
No.
better if he wasn't doing this.
Quite like a
This
pepper.
might be the best
You bite
Copes could
into
do
a
with his
fresh
life.
onion, and the side of your tongue gets a little.
When he says fresh onion, I think he means
stings.
raw onion.
Probably.
So we got about that much Coke left.
Yeah, he uses magic to manifest what he wants. The man's not the best magician, or else his life might be a little better.
That'll do just beautiful.
Look at him talk about it. Beautiful. He says
Now, if
things
I had
positively.
my own restaurant, I call it the Cobra's Cafe.
What I think is
No
sad-
one would ever eat there.
I think people might go for a troll. I would go like for
the
just to
gross
talk about
food?
it, just to talk about it, right?
I should rephrase that. People would eat there, but it wouldn't last long. It wouldn't be able to like keep up its overhead or anything because people
Sure.
wouldn't eat there because the food was
Just like I doubt his mansion will ever get made.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm speaking totally hypothetical.
What's sad to me is the people who have so much and are still pessimistic about life.
The burgers.
If you have a ton of stuff and you're always so negative, that's really sad. Cobes has very little, and he acts like a goddamn king, not just in name. He believes that fucking hat on his head is a crown, and he lives a rock star life, even if only in his own mind. And that's beautiful.
He freaks out sometimes, though.
Of course.
He yells at cigarettes.
Of course.
Pizzas,
not
homemade
perfect.
fries and nachos, and occasionally barbecue ribs.
But
and
that's
steak.
pessimistic to focus on the bad times, too, right?
Yeah. My restaurant would be so clean the health inspector would think I was being anal. And the food would be so good.
I love talking about how clean your restaurant is and using the word anal to describe how
Right.
clean your
And
restaurant
then
is.
also, like, look at his entertainment center. Are we supposed to believe he's so cleanly? I don't know.
You literally have the feeling that I'm feeling right now. This total foodgasm.
He
Almost
just wants to share his
semi-food
foodgasms with you.
He's a restaurateur.
Yes, restaurateur.
I'd so
King Co-
eat there
Man,
again.
I gotta
I'd
get a
have
food truck.
Bud Light,
I'm gonna have King Cobes be the guest
Budweiser
chef when I drive my food truck to Wyoming.
on
Got a
tap.
whole Cobes menu.
Both Coke and Pepsi products. Thirsty Thursdays. You get to
G
mix your
Fuel on
favorite
tap.
Pepsi or Coca-Cola
Got the G
product
Fuel
with
on
your
tap.
favorite beer, and you get a pitcher. You get like a shandy pitcher.
See how he has
for
his
the
weird,
adult.
his weird ventriloquist puppet wrapped up in a blanket? What is that?
Sean Saunders. He's-
They'd have homemade
He's
cheese
cold.
sticks, homemade French fries, nachos, burgers, pizzas, and barbecued ribs.
You'll have the famous $60 pizza. Now adjusted for inflation, it's like a $80 pizza.
How great would a Cobes restaurant be where you go to his place and you spend like twice as much as he spends to just Uber Eats it to the place?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, my menu is basically anything you like. And then he just goes on Uber Eats and orders it. And it comes to the restaurant and he gives it to
That's
you.
all I would
Makes
serve at
20,
my
30 bucks per thing. Because he overcharges out the ass. That'd be so fucking great.
Take a bite out of your hunger. Come up for a big ass burger or a slice of some.
It makes
ooey
sense
gooey
because cobras are famous for their bites.
I thought he was going to say take a bite out of crime.
delicious pizza. Just and cigarettes are expensive, so yes, if you want to send me some to the P.O. box or send me money for
Joe
cigarettes,
Exotic had a pizza
PayPal,
restaurant
P.O. box,
in his zoo.
Excuse me. Links below.
Jay, he can't say a word without burping.
I'm not going to beg you for it, but you want to see me do reviews on like crazy alcohols in your area?
E-bagging coming in nicely, tubes.
You send
Just
them to
reminding you
me
guys, we also
unopened.
e-bag just like King Cobra. So if you have a Streamlabs gift for us,
Yeah, help us out. Help us get to like 30% or something. We're not too far off from it.
And I'll
We
do
could use
it,
your help
you
going
know?
into Saturday. You know, like we love doing the show, but it sucks streaming until, 11 p.m. So if you guys could help us and take the burden off the Saturday people, that would be great.
Saying like, oh, so and so from such and such place says, shout out to Cobra, check out my local cigarettes and my booze, kind of thing. And I'm just like, well, okay, yeah, I'll see what they're about. I'll try it, dude.
you could try it.
Both these are empty. 1 second.
Pew.
I love the way that's made.
I'm telling you, this is Mr. Don't Steal Yo Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
King of
yeah.
the sex party, the Mac Daddy of the Wisconsin pimp game. Y'all gonna be mad when your female friends see him watch how their panties
It's
hit the
Wyoming,
floor
not
with
Wisconsin.
his tactical soap.
Wisconsin, Wyoming,
They're
same
pretty
place.
They're very far away from each other.
Dude, I'm feeling just capital right now. I got a good alcohol buzz going. I got a stomach full of beefy bacon goodness.
Ugh.
No, dude, I love living in Casper, Wyoming. I'm not just saying that because I was born here and I came back my senior year of high school.
Where were you living before that?
Walking back to my old apartment, someone called the cops on me and said I was being drunk in public.
Huh? And you were?
So, legitimately walking back to my old apartment, had like 4 to 5 squad cars. 4 to 5 squad cars rolling up on me. And I'm just like, all this for little old me? Well, normally I don't condone drinking because you're depressed, normally. But when it comes to, like, the topic of gender relations...
Why are they apologizing to you?
Private reasons. Private.
Well, they just did it publicly.
Well, thank you for that. It's apology accepted. I won't tell
battle
anybody
of
our
the
secret.
sexes, our society, and just the way the hypocrisy
Appreciate you.
rolls in general. It's just like, well, exception made. Where's the beer?
With the beer.
Like, Cobra, we're going to go out and smoke that or procrastinate? Indulging in the simple pleasures of life. A good sturdy beer and a bacon cheeseburger. Beer, bacon cheeseburgers, and pizza.
There you go. Cobe's drunk talking about food.
Okay,
the
sure.
podcast.
It's pretty great. It's pretty beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have some more stuff we're going to do. In a couple minutes here, we're going to go do our random Twitch post show. We're going to go over to Twitch and do a little bit. I actually have a manatee video that we were going to check out.
Ooh.
Over there.
Ooh.
So
That's not what sad people do. He's a pleasure seeker. He's got dreams. He wants to start his own restaurant so he can share his pleasure with everybody watching. That's a king right there. A king cobra. JFS.
Billy distorts everything. Let's see.
Daniel says, Billy going to watch the new Sonic movie with all the Spurgs this weekend? Probably. Daniel, speaking of Daniel, I watched a new movie directed by the Daniels. It's two people named Daniel, and they directed Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That's the name of it?
Yeah. It was a very lovely film. Thick Soul with the poop got us to 25.25%. That's some math right there, Thick Soul. Doing your math.
That's good.
I see you, Fixty, doing your math. I've heard that it's really good. Yeah, it is really good. It's only playing at the Northgate Theater for people in the Seattle area, which I know Thick Soul is. A24 did it, yeah. It's I think it's a pre-release right now. It's only in certain markets until a full national release. But it's great. It's produced by the Russo brothers who did the Avengers movies, right? They directed them. And it's kind of like a sci-fi multi-dimensional kung fu love story indie film.
Hold on, say all that again?
It's like a sci-fi multi-dimensional kung fu love story indie film.
It's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's cute.
Here's the link to the post show. You can follow that link right there. Go there.
We're all stars
We're gonna go
now.
live there.
In the post show. In the post show.
I'm giving you guys all an opportunity to go over there. Help us do I mean, it's not so much the post show as it is just the continuation of this show. Think about it that way.
It's this show on Twitch for everybody to touch tips to.
To touch tips.
Just touch some tips. ET style. Phone home. Sounds like Everything Everywhere All at Once, right? It is.
Yeah. So we are going to go over there.
Doc Gang.
So we will see you all there. Go there. Twitch.tv/Drunken Peasants. We're going live there almost instantly.
Come be part of the Pooch Show. Click the link. Drop the stink. You know you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, change your mind.
See you there.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.